Dixon. Hello, Lee Dixon. Arsenal legend. A Manchester City fan, of course, Lee Dixon, like myself. And he went to the same school as my dad. He never shuts... What's that?
I'm not the same age as you.
He's not the same age as my dad, no. But he left about 10 years before you joined, but he still taught you everything you know. So... Oh, yeah, old Dicko. Oh, yeah, never met you, but your best mates. He never shuts up about it. Me dad, not Lee. Lee's never mentioned it, to be honest. And you've gone into punditry, haven't you, Lee, rather than, you know, coaching? You didn't fancy being a football manager? You didn't fancy a bit of that? No, no, fair enough. There's a lot of stress, to be honest, in Football Manager, and I know I've been playing Football Manager for about 15 years now. It's a tough game, honestly. That is a tough game. Have we got Football Manager fans in? There we are. You single lads knocking about. It's not a game that keeps a relationship together, is it, that? My wife hates it. Sometimes I'll wait for her to drop off. I'll get my laptop out. I'll have a little game, you know. She'll wake up. What are you doing? Just looking at some porn? You know, she hates it that much. It's horrible. She's like, it's not even a proper game. It's just clicking. I'm like, it's tactics, man management and everything. You know what I mean? So, I probably shouldn't wear a suit. That's probably too far, isn't it? Stencil my initials into my pyjamas, like. Do press conferences in the bathroom. That's too far, isn't it? It takes over your life, that game. I love it because, like, I was on a train a little while ago and I was sat, it was all packed, so I started having a game on my laptop. And I was Manchester City, I was playing Manchester United. It was a big game. I was 2-0 up, got to the 89th minute, 2-1, they got one back. 92nd minute, 2-all, okay. 97th minute, they won 3-2, okay. It's very realistic. 3-2, okay. Final whistle goes, the bloke sat next to me, turned around, he went, yeah! Like, it's my game, you knobhead. I've not even saved it. It takes over. I went and did a gig at Manchester City, right, and I met a load of the players, and it was well exciting. It was last year, Robinho and Richard Dunn, all this. I met Michael Richards, the defender, and I was a bit rude to him, okay? I was like, oh, yeah, not bothered. Afterwards, my dad was with me. He went, you're a bit rude there to Michael Richards. I said, yeah, I don't know why. It was only when I got home I realised, on Football Manager, he turned up late for training a couple of times. Big bollocks, turn on when you want, will you?
Wayne Rooney, he gets paid a ridiculous amount of money as well, man. He'd be happy with a tyre on a rope. How old is he, Rooney? 23? They don't usually live that long. I know some people laugh there because they think I'm still saying he's a monkey. I'm actually trying to imply that he has Down syndrome. I'd hate you to go away with the wrong idea. How the fuck did he manage to get married? Probably just because I do sounds quite a lot like ooh ooh.
Jason, of course, big football fan, Jason, aren't you? Still a big football fan. Who do you support?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Are you sorry? One of their former players, of course, Michael Owen. Did you know Michael Owen wrote his autobiography at the age of 19? He was 19, ladies and gentlemen. He wrote his autobiography. I read it. It was 350 pages long. He could have condensed it to a paragraph. All he needed to write was, yeah, I was born in Chester in 1980. Started to play football at the age of 2. Was quite good at it. Went to big school. Played some more football. Was really good at it. Started playing football for Liverpool boys. Was really, really good at it. Started playing football for Liverpool. Was brilliant at it. Started playing football for England. That'll be £19.95, please. But of course, nobody is talking about Michael Owen for the World Cup squad in 2010. But we've qualified. Fabio Capello, didn't he do a great job as England manager? And you know, it almost depressed me, though, that Fabio made such a difference as England manager from the start. Because when he took over, he could barely speak any English. It made me think, how many words do you need to be the successful manager of the English national football team? About 10, it seemed, in Fabio's case. Yes, no, good, bad. happy. It's me, it's you, it's ball, gold, money. His native country, of course, Italy, were the last winners of the World Cup back in 2006. You may know this statistic. 9 months after that event, there was a huge rise in the annual birth rate in Italy. That is how the Italians celebrated winning the World Cup. Fantastic. When England won the World Cup in 1966, there was a power surge where everyone made themselves a cup of tea.
That's nothing anti-English though. That's just the England football team. Guys like fucking John Terry. He's quit, but I look at John Terry in the papers, he looks like the kind of guy, if he never made it as a footballer, you would see him outside a pub in Tenerife or somewhere going, "You guys want a free shot tonight? What's your plan tonight, lads? Coming down to Bull's Head for a free Sambuca? Come on down. You love it, mate. Loads of girls, free shots. Come on down. Just say Jono sent you, big JT. Fucking free shot, mate. Scottish football, we're going through an interesting period there. Feel the fucking division in the camp there. I only said Scottish football. People going, just you fucking tread carefully, pal. I remember watching a Danny Dyer documentary about the old firm, and it was good to see somebody like him. Danny Dyer, he's the prick's prick, isn't he? It's good to see him. No, some nights you just flick through the channels and you see he's on Britain's Most Deadliest Men, him talking to some big wall puncher. Guy's going, I'm the kind of bloke, if you don't mess with me, I'll be alright, but if you mess with me, I'll fuck you up. Danny Dyer's going, can I be your friend? He done a special on football rivalries, and he was outside Ibrox in the morning of an Old Firm game, and he's talking to the camera. This guy made me laugh. He's going Celtic and the Catholics, and Rangers and the Protestants. I'm outside the stadium on Old Firm Day, one of football's most deadliest rivalries. I'm here, outside the stadium, on match day, and I'm not afraid to say, I am fucking shaking. There's people walking behind them, just waving at the camera, going... It was like 10:30 on a Sunday morning. He's going, I'm a fucking soft bloke. I've seen some stuff. But today, I'm fucking petrified. The guy walks behind him with a bacon roll and a cup of tea. He shouts, come on, Rangers. He's going, it's fucking kicked off now. It's a tough one to explain. Scottish football. What actually happened up there? Wasn't it a 2-horse race? That's it, mate. We lost a horse. That's Scottish football's become show jumping. I don't know how they feel, and I know we're fucking getting a wee bit tense in there, but I had to laugh at it. Rangers Football Club, they owed a lot of fucking people money. I read the list of everybody that was owed money, and it just got fucking surreal. They owed like 60 quid was owed to a local newsagent, right? These small sums that made it mental. About 60 quid to a local taxi firm, and then the one that made me chuckle, it said £40 was owed to a local Glasgow face painting company. And I had to read it a few times. Does that say face painting company? How the fuck did they... 40 quid to a face painting company? And the newspaper article never explained why. There was no backup information, just left that there. As if that's a common footballing expense. A face painting company. The club have been in financial meltdown, and there's some guy running about the boardroom kidding on he's a fucking tiger. Some guy just opening doors going, "Arrgh!"
Lads, there's no role models anymore, are there? There's no role models, that's the problem. I mean, Prince Harry, what sort of role model is Prince Harry? All that proves is that all Germans are racist. And then... footballers. Yeah, what sort of role models are footballers? That Ronaldo, what sort of role model is Ronaldo, ladies and gentlemen? Eh? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that man, he can trip over a blade of grass, can't he? And he goes down. I am critically injured. I have broken my knee. We deserve 5 penalties for this. Stretch it off. Yeah, and then he can crash a Ferrari and walk away totally fucking unscathed. What sort of role model of honesty and probity is that for a child?
Now, I asked my celebrities in the audience tonight to fill out a questionnaire. We've got Joey Barton with us. How you doing, Joey? You've just been staring up at me with a kind of blank expression so far. If you held that face for long enough in a hospital, you get fucking switched off. I've got a lot of time for you, man. I think you've got a sense of humour, haven't you? Tell you who doesn't have a sense of humour? Robbie Savage. I was taking the piss out of Robbie Savage. You know what he did? He sent me a tweet saying that he wanted to fight me. I was like, you keep fighting evolution, mate, and I'll fight the winner. You tweet a lot, though, don't you, Joey? Got a lot of aphorisms and stuff. I think you're a sort of modern-day Oscar Wilde. And you're secretly gay and you'll end up in prison. You've made a good point there. You've already been. Now, we asked you some things in your questionnaire. I liked your answers. We asked you in the questionnaire, could you give a piece of advice to your younger self? And you said, quite rightly, control your temper. Unfortunately, we got a response from your younger self, and he says, fuck you, Joey, keep your fucking advice to yourself, you cunt. Are you a Buddhist now? Did you read that? Are you a Buddhist? The fucking shit the papers come out with. You'd have to worry as a Buddhist, wouldn't you? You'd be worried that your sins in this life would lead to you being reincarnated as yourself. Enjoyed the European Championships this year. England didn't go out the way I wanted them to. I wanted it to be on penalties, but I wanted John Terry to lose his fucking mind and blast his penalty into the face of a black spectator. I have to be careful how I phrase this. But John Terry has a rapist's face. Not saying he's raped anyone. All I'm saying is if he does rape someone, I get £200 off Paddy Power. From a £190 bet.